Hello, and welcome to Top Shelf. Today we have a review that is taking me a very long time to prepare for. And by long, I mean 4 months. That is how long I have had the EMOVE Cruiser, and guess what? I have loved every mile of it. So how many miles have I put on this thing in 4 months? Precisely 320 miles. That is a lot of miles. At 20 miles an hour, that equates to roughly 16 hours of riding this scooter. So how has it held up after all of these hours of riding? Well, I guess you're about to find out. But not in here. It's a beautiful day, so let's go outside. We made it. We're outside in this amazingly beautiful weather. It is early March right now. This is literally the first weekend where we have had no coat weather. I'm just feeling the sun on my face and just enjoying it so much. And that's really what this scooter riding is all about. Just getting outdoors, feeling the breeze, and enjoying it. So if you don't already have a scooter, get one. Totally get one. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the 300-mile review of the EMOVE Cruiser. So what we are doing right now is we are on Utah Lake, and it's gorgeous out here. I hope you can hear the birds. I hope you can hear the waves coming in. But so my plan is to actually ride the scooter just straight down the path. We're just gonna chill, have some fun together, and we're just gonna relax. And so and I'll just talk about the scooter as we go along, and I'll just kind of edit in some clips of the individual pieces at a later time. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to be talking about the scooter, enjoying the great outdoors, and hopefully we'll have a fun ride. So let's go ahead and strap in, get started. Let's go for a ride. So hopefully you don't get sick of my face, but that's all we have to work with. Alright, so the first thing I want to start off with is actually a noise, and as soon as we get past this lawnmower, I'll talk more about that in just a second. So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the motor is super duper quiet. I love how quiet the motor is. It is just super quiet. Although I have to admit, when I first start off and you can hear that wind up, it's glorious. You can hear it just a little bit as you get going, but then as soon as the wind starts whipping through your hair, it totally disappears. So it's super exciting that way. So I just want to go from the top to the bottom, starting off with the handlebars. I love the grips. I love how perfect they are for riding. It's not a round grip, but it's got that palm rest on it that's super duper nice. It also has the trigger finger, which is far better in long rides than the thumb grip would be. I really enjoy it. The brakes are solid. They do make a little bit of noise when you get some dirt in them. Let's see if I can replicate it here. No, they're just fine right now, but when you get a little bit of dirt in there, you can hear it a little bit, and all you have to do is just tap the brakes a little bit and that gets rid of it. So that's a little bit about the brakes. The stem is a little bit interesting. It is a little bit loose. At the first, I had a little hard time with it, specifically the fact that it would loosen up. They give you a little tool that you can use to tighten it up, and that's really nice of them. But it is a little bit finicky. What I did is I took some Loctite and I dripped it inside that little chasm, and then I also looped it around the screw a little bit. Once I did that, nothing came loose again, so that was super nice. If you're having issues with yours, totally do that with the stem. Put some Loctite in and you'll be good to go. Next, So next thing down is actually the deck. The deck is super duper wide. I love the deck. I love being able to put both feet side by side next to it. You probably shouldn't do this, but I actually take my little 3-year-old and I put her on the front as when we go on little short rides, and she absolutely loves it, loves it. So I love how big the deck is and how easy it is to stand on. I never have to worry about that at all. It's also nice because inside that deck as well, there are inside the deck as well holds the giant battery. So let's talk a little bit about duration on this scooter. I have never run out of battery on this thing just because the range is so incredibly long, and I've done some really long treks. 30 miles, you know, you're pretty much tired of riding at 30 miles, and I think this thing has a 50-mile range, so I rarely get down to the 2 bars. One thing that I really like is I don't have to charge it as much. So one thing that has wear and tear on your vehicle is going. So one thing that provides a lot of wear and tear is just your charge cycles, how many times you're charging your battery. And with this, since it has such a huge battery, you don't have to charge it nearly as much. Right now I've got 2 bars, and that's 25 miles worth of range. I am not even worried about the fact that it only has 2 bars, and it's really exciting that way. So excellent battery, excellent life. A big part of the battery is actually your speed, and this baby will go 25 miles an hour without breaking a sweat. It's really excellent that way as far as speed. I'm actually going really slow right now just because there's a lot of wind involved, but as far as actual speed is concerned, I feel like 25 miles an hour is the sweet spot. There's a lot of scooters out there that are saying 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, and that's super sweet. That's awesome. But if you're looking for battery life and you're looking for extended range, then that 25 miles an hour is the sweet spot. Love it. So let's talk a little bit about the tires. The tires are air-filled tires, and frankly, I'm debating on getting some solid tires just because the suspension on this thing is so good. I would like to get some solid tires just because I live in sticker land. All of these trails have stickers on them, and even with this review I pulled out a couple, but there are some ways to get around it. There's the little goose stuff that you can put in your tires that will seal up any holes automatically, and they just kind of fix things as you're riding, which I highly recommend. I know that I've got a brother-in-law that runs a tire store, and he hates this stuff. He says you might as well throw out the tire completely and get a new tire if you have to use that. But frankly, with these tiny little tires and the amount of stickers I get, I don't think I could go any other route besides solid tires. So they're great. They're good tires. I've had a lot of wear and tear on them, as you can see, but they're fantastic. So lots of good stuff there. Let's talk a little bit about the suspension. The suspension is awesome. I love the suspension. It flexes perfectly, never bottoms out. It works really well. With this poor little camera is out on an arm extended away from us, and so that's probably where the bounces are coming from. I'm trying to think of what else there is on these scooters. As far as power goes, you know, it's only got the single motor on the back wheel, and frankly I would love to have a dual motor scooter. I think that's one area that could really use some lift, although I understand completely that by doing dual motor you're giving up a lot of range, and this thing has some amazing, wonderful range. So, you know, as far as a commuter scooter goes, it's perfect. It has lots of oomph. It picks up and goes. It gets to 25 miles an hour pretty quickly without any major issues. Hey, how you doing? Stability is beautiful. I love the stability on this thing. I almost feel like I can get one hand off of there without letting go, but I'm a two-hand rider. So I'll keep going on that. So we're gonna kick up the speed here a little bit. You're gonna hear a lot of wind, but I want you to see what it looks like at 25 miles an hour. It's glorious. I love being connected, feeling the wind, hearing the rustling of the weeds and stuff. It's just so nice. I love it. So hopefully you can hear me okay. Lots of wind going on, and but that's all part of the ride. It's all part of the good times. Overall, I love this thing. I love the exhilaration of getting on the scooter, riding 25 miles an hour, seeing these amazingly beautiful areas with very little effort involved. It's quite a delight just to jump on the scooter and get rolling. So really enjoy it. So just to review, everything on this thing is rock solid. Maybe a little improvement could be done on the stem as far as having to tighten things up so much, although a little bit of Loctite goes a long way to help that. There was a piece that broke, as you can see here on the stem. I didn't want to replace it just yet, just so I could show you guys what it looks like, but it was busted a little bit. I did go online and order a replacement. A little pricey for my taste, especially for a little replacement part, but overall they shipped it to me pretty quickly, and I got it, and I'll be putting that on here to get it all in 100% shape. So there you have it. There's the review, the 300-mile review. It has held up very well over the many miles that I put on this thing. It's just held up really well. I now have 330.1 miles. Take a look. There it is. 330.1 miles. And there you have it. Thank you for watching Top Shelf. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you had fun as well. Feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. good. Not much exercise though. What's that? Oh yes, they look it. I'm afraid.